lift her veil even while cooking in front of us. So this was again that I noticed, as you can see in my earlier paintings, I was fascinated by the tradition of the veil. And it is fascinating to see how even in India, when we're in one country and there's so many different culture, one area it's so urbanized, and you don't see any of the old traditions in the urbanized part of the country. But then again, when you go in deeper in the villages of any state or any part of the country, you see the old traditions that have been going on for quite some while. This is again from my tour. This is again near Qutub Minar. I don't think it doesn't have any historical significance. It was just an abandoned building with a cycle in front of it. So I thought the composition was really great, and this is one of my favorite photographs.
Very nice.
The title for this is Nostalgia, because the moment you look at the photograph, you feel that it's one of those scenes from those old movies that you see, and it reminds you of the old days. And so again, I made this into sepia to give it that old days effect.
Very good.
This is actually my niece, and this is again
your niece?
Yeah, this is my niece.
Okay.
And it was again the way that she was looking at me. There was a blank expression. There was nothing that could be seen in her face, and she was just looking at the camera. So I clicked a spontaneous photograph, and it was very similar to one of the sketches that I made of the 14th Dalai Lama when he was a kid. So I made it into a similar color scheme. It's black and white. So I thought that photograph and this photograph and that sketch were very similar. This is again from our Rajasthan trip. And we were living in a fort, a part of the fort was abandoned, and it was a very old building. I'm fascinated by architecture and the old buildings and the way it was constructed, before, as opposed to the modern buildings now. They're very similar to each other. So the photo was very interesting, because this typical effect of the old abandoned building, that it has mold on the walls and the dark patches on the walls and the broken windows and the broken the roofs and all. So it was very interesting to photograph this particular part of the fort. I gave it a sepia effect again, because I wanted these photographs to have a touch of old city in it, the old architecture that used to be in Rajasthan. This is again one of the photos on my visit to Mumbai. It was my grandfather's 80th birthday. So it's a tradition in our family that whatever age you turn into, you have those many lamps. So we had 81 lamps for him, and this was just one basket that we had that had about 15 lamps in it. So it was a close-up shot of the basket, and the flames and the molten candle wax in the lamp was very beautiful. Again, Ganesh Chaturthi in our house is a big festival that has all the people and all the family relatives who even live far away. They come together for the 10-day festival. So it's a big thing in our house, and they set up everything, the idol and the decorations and everything. So they even set up the lamps and focus on the idols. It's a huge festival. So I took an hour to take photographs from all possible angles, everything from close-up shots to photographs from far away, using lights, everything, all photographs in all angles. And this was one of the best that I thought was one of the best that had the lights and the focus on the right part of the idol. You can see only one part of the idol, with the other is hidden, and the particular light placement was very beautiful. So I thought the light effects in these photographs was very nice.
Very good. Good luck, Sania. Congratulations. You have a wonderful collection, and get going. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am.